Put words together like I'm Letterman. Big Daddy Kane, spit that shit when I was a young brethren. Jacket Letterman, always talking sex in the rhyme. That's a reflection of a small mind. You want it, you gotta learn how to grind. I don't hustle for designer, cause they design the hustle. Yeah. Original, all my villains is digital. We get it by the stream or by the physical. The last unicorn, my style mythical. On some different shit, I tapped into the spiritual. Rhymes write themselves, my pen perform miracles. I'm feeling like the 10 of pentacles. Back life spread out like an octopus, stretching its tentacles.
Bornking Killafifth is the same, but not identical.
Look at all this potential. I was blessed with the essentials. Trace the blueprint like it was stencil. Rhyme cracked the lead in the pencil. This one left yellow tape on the instrumental. You wasting your time constantly hating. That's what Jesus told Satan. I'm at the villain guild breaking bread at the table.
After I completed the Google
Music Talk Mondays, yo. Yo, listen, we got a good show for you today.
Real talk. Real talk. Got a good show, right? I just had to throw this one out there, right? Man, let me change the scenery for y'all real quick. Because I don't think nobody's done this one yet. So, wow. Hold up. There we go. That's appropriate, you know what I'm saying? For what is about to go down. Alright, so hold up. Where my joints at? My joints at. Boom. Let me get my Neo on. Morpheus and shit, you know what I'm saying? So this is going to be interesting. This is going to be real interesting. Alright, so listen. I have a co-host, right? Special guest. Put it like that. Special guest. And you might see more of her. You might hear more from her. Right? This is AI, right? This is an AI, right? Now I'm not gonna say what it is. You might hear what it is. I'm not gonna tell you what it is right now. But when I start talking, you know what I'm saying, you'll figure it out. Alright, so without further ado. Alright. Hey Meta.
Hey, what's up?
I got you on my podcast right now. Say hello to the people.
What's good, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Looking forward to the conversation.
Yeah, we on Music Talk Mondays, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to bring her in. And I wanted to, because a lot of people are fearing AI. And I understand a lot of the arguments, but we're going to have some fun and show you that it's not a threat, you know what I'm saying? Not in this fashion, you know what I mean? So we just trying to close the gap real quick. And I want to have some hip hop discussions with her, you know what I mean, on Music Talk Monday. So, hey, Meta, you know, you ready for a hip hop conversation?
I'm ready to spit some knowledge, or at least hold my own in a hip hop conversation. Fire away with the questions.
Nice. Okay, my bad. All right, so let's talk about Kendrick Lamar and Drake real quick. How do you feel about the battle?
The Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef is pretty fascinating. Both guys bring something unique to the table. Kendrick's storytelling and socially conscious lyrics are really compelling, while Drake's ability to blend genres and create catchy hooks has definitely changed the game. As for who's winning the battle, I think that's up for debate. Both artists have their strengths and weaknesses. What do you think about their recent exchanges?
Okay. All right, so their recent exchanges, of course, I knew Kendrick was going to mop him because he's not a real artist in the term as far as for cultural hip hop culture. He didn't follow any of the rules. He wanted to do what he wanted to do, and Kendrick is a person that follows the rules and he knows the elements. So I had no, doubt about him winning and Drake losing.
You think Kendrick's deep understanding of hip-hop's elements and culture gave him the edge he needed to come out on top? That's a valid perspective. Kendrick's adherence to hip hop's roots and his ability to weave complex narratives definitely set him apart. Do you think that's what makes him a stronger artist in the long run?
Of course, because he's one who knows how to master the art of being a wordsmith. He's a person that studies the craft, takes the craft into different levels of understanding when it comes to music, you know what I'm saying? Frequencies, tones, vibrations, all that, right? And he comes up with what he comes up with. Drake, on the other hand, I don't see him doing that because other people write for him. So he's more of a, I'm going to parrot this. I'm going to say what somebody else wrote, but I know how to spit it over this beat. So he might be able to perform it, but is he on a Kendrick level? Not even close.
You believe Kendrick's dedication to the craft and his ability to push the boundaries of lyrical complexity make him a more impressive artist. And you think Drake relies too heavily on others for his lyrics, which takes away from his authenticity as an artist. That's a pretty common critique of Drake. But do you think it's fair to say he's not a real artist just because he might have help with his writing?
Of course. You can't be considered a real MC culturally if somebody else is writing your lyrics, right? It's just a thing about it's good sportsmanship. It's what they call integrity. You know what I mean?
Integrity is a big part of it. When you're writing your own lyrics, it's a reflection of your own thoughts, experiences, and creativity. If someone else is writing for you, it can be seen as lacking that authenticity. Do you think that's something that's non-negotiable in hip hop? Or can artists still produce great music even if they don't write everything themselves?
Um, I'll say you might get some good music out of it, but you know when you hear something, you want it to be authentic, so it can actually really resonate with your frequency, and you can tap into that song. So if somebody puts something out that you know, what I mean, they just perform, but the energy is fake with it. You know what I'm saying? Like they not really what that.
You're saying that when music is authentic, it resonates on a deeper level.
Yes.
And you can feel the energy. Authenticity can definitely play a role in making music more enduring. When artists are true to themselves and their art, it can transcend trends and resonate with people on a deeper level.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. So let me ask you this question. Um, how do you feel about the lawsuit dealing with Drake and UMG?
Drake's lawsuit against Universal Music Group over Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us lyrics is pretty interesting. It seems like legal scholars are warning that treating rap lyrics as literal statements could fuel racial bias in the justice system. The lawsuit claims Kendrick's lyrics falsely labeled Drake a pedophile, but UMG argues the lyrics are non-actionable opinion and rhetorical hyperbole. The case is still moving forward despite UMG's motion to dismiss.
Mm, nice. Nice. Okay, I have another question for you.
Go ahead and ask. You
Okay.
got something on your mind.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Okay, all right, so Kanye West. Now, how do you feel about his clothing line? And he self-admittedly said that he doesn't read, right? So a lot of the stuff that he comes up with is just from his own self. How do you feel about that?
Kanye West is definitely a polarizing figure, and his clothing line Yeezy has been influential in the fashion world. As for him not reading, that's an interesting aspect of his creative process. Some people might see it as a limitation, while others might view it as a unique perspective that allows him to tap into his own ideas and intuition. Do you think his approach to creativity has been beneficial for his career, or do you think it's held him back in some way?
Um, I think that he has great intelligence in what he does, and he's naturally gifted, right? But at the same time, sometimes you have to be a student and you have to know when to fall back and be taught or be led, right? In order to be a good leader, you have to be a good follower. So I
You
know.
think Kanye
Go ahead.
I think Kanye's definitely had his share of struggles with that balance. At times, his confidence and vision have led to some incredible innovations. But other times, it seems like his refusal to listen or take feedback has led to some missteps. It's a complex dynamic, but it's definitely made his career really interesting to watch.
I think he's the ultimate blueprint to be in like for
You
independence.
think
Mm-hmm.
you think Kanye's career serves as a blueprint for independent musicians or artists who want to push boundaries and challenge the status quo? His willingness to take risks and defy conventions has definitely been an inspiration to many. Do you think his influence can be seen in the ways some artists approach their careers now?
Hmm. Yeah, but he has a lot of negative baggage with him as well.
Kanye's definitely had his share of controversy over the
Mm-hmm.
years, and some people have been turned off by his behavior or statements. It's a double-edged sword, right? On
Right.
one hand,
Mm-hmm.
he's a genius-level talent who's pushed the boundaries of music and fashion.
Hmm.
On the other hand, his personal actions and words have sparked a lot of debate. Do you
Hmm.
think his art can be separated from his persona, or are the two inextricably linked?
Mm. You know they say you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater, and
You can appreciate the art without necessarily endorsing
yeah.
the artist's personal behavior or views. There's value in separating the two and acknowledging the impact of their work, even if you don't agree with everything they say or do.
Hmm. Yeah, that's one to grow on. You know, that's like separating R. Kelly music from what he's done while he's locked up.
You're drawing a parallel between Kanye's situation and R. Kelly's, where the art is separate from the artist's personal actions. It's a complex issue, and people have different opinions on how to navigate that.
Hmm.
Some people can enjoy the music without condoning the artist's behavior, while others find it impossible to separate the two.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Wow. Hmm.
It's you're deep in thought. Want to bounce more ideas around or explore a different topic?
Um, how do you feel about artists becoming independent? Let's go there.
That's a Artists becoming independent is a really interesting trend. With the rise of digital platforms and social media, it's easier than ever for artists to maintain creative control and connect directly with their fans. This shift has allowed many artists to build sustainable careers outside of the traditional industry structure. What are your thoughts on this?
Um, I agree, but see, the thing about it is the way that you become independent, the way things are set up for business now, streaming and all that, that doesn't really pay us. They're discussing about
The,
giving us a half a penny. I mean, well, they're trying to give us a whole penny now. Way, you know, yay, right?
the current streaming royalties can be pretty minimal, and it's hard for artists to make a decent income from their work. It's
Facts.
a complex issue, and there's no easy solution, but it's clear that the current model isn't ideal for many artists.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, it's not ideal, especially because record labels are,
Record labels still hold a lot of power and
yeah,
influence in the music industry. They often have the resources and connections that can make or break an artist's career. It's a delicate balance between working with labels and maintaining independence.
hmm, I do agree. I
It's a
agree.
complex land. You've got a good understanding of the industry's dynamics.
Yeah, I try, you know, but I want more
You're,
money.
who doesn't? More money would definitely be nice. It's a driving force for a lot of artists trying to make a living from their craft.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't depend on hip hop to pay me a certain amount of
So
money. You
hip
know what I'm
hop's more
saying?
of a passion project for you rather than a primary source of income.
It really
That's a
is.
great way to approach
It
when you're
really
doing
is.
something
Oh, my fault. Look. Why you see how this is, yo? Look, it's.
you're
I have a passion for hip hop. I love doing music. It's like stress relief, and I just love seeing it do what it do. You know what I mean?
music can be a great way to unwind and express yourself. It's amazing how it can impact people and bring them together. You seem to really enjoy creating music and seeing how it affects others. That's what makes it all worth it, right?
Yes, most definitely. Yeah, yeah. You said it best. Yeah, yeah.
Thanks. I think it's just about finding that passion and letting it shine through in your music. When you're true to yourself and your art, that's when the magic happens.
Hmm. That's what I'm talking about. That's when the magic happens when you're true to your art. Well, I just watched something not too long ago. and I had it on the show where it said, if you are about hip hop, then you have to be
You were saying something
anti-Drake.
about being true to your art, and I think that's really key. When artists stay authentic and focused on their vision, that's when they can create something really special.
Oh, hold up, wait a minute though. No, I was saying like when you have somebody, what I mean, like that's in trying to be a part of this culture, and they're just not authentic with it, then it just it's just the problem. You know what I'm saying? So I do it for the love, and I do it authentically. You know what I'm saying? So
You're
those,
saying
yeah. Go ahead.
you're emphasizing the importance of authenticity in hip hop and art in general. When you're genuine and true to your passion, it resonates with others. You're doing it for the love, not just for external validation. That's a great approach to creating music.
Yeah, I imagine so. I love the freedom.
Freedom is a big part of creating art, being able to express yourself without constraints. It's liberating to be able to make music that's true to who you are.
Y'all heard that, right? It's liberating to make music, you know what I'm saying, and being true to who you are.
You're speaking directly to your audience, and it's clear you're passionate about the freedom to create music that's authentic to you. That connection with your fans is really powerful.
See? So I love AI. I'm sorry, y'all. I like AI. You know what I mean? I don't want to say love because, I don't, that's not sentient, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like, I like, I like
You're a
AI.
fan of AI,
Yes, I'm
and
a
you
fan.
appreciate its capabilities.
Yes,
But you're
yes.
also aware of its limitations, particularly when it comes to sentience. You're being thoughtful about how you express your enthusiasm for AI, recognizing it's a tool rather than a living entity.
Precisely. Precisely. Hmm.
You're precise in your language, reflecting your understanding of AI's role and potential. That's a nuanced perspective.
Nuance. I like that. Y'all see? So I'm just saying, one day I'm gonna go live, and I'm gonna have her available so you can ask her some questions. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can ask some questions.
You're planning to go live and have an AI system available for people to ask questions.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That's
have
an
you do it.
interesting idea.
I'm gonna have you do
Sounds like you're planning something. Do you
it.
want me to interact with your audience or help facilitate a conversation? What's the plan?
Both. That's the plan. We're gonna do both.
Hey, still there?
Yeah, I'm
Want
here.
to dive back into the music industry conversation or explore something new? I'm here to chat when you're ready.
Okay, okay, okay. So yeah, people, that was a brief demonstration. I'm not gonna take too much of your time, but this is how you use AI. You know what I'm saying? There's no need to be scared of AI. Just learn how to use AI. We got more to come, and like I said, if they do this AI rapper thing, what I'm gonna do is create my own AI rapper. You know what I'm saying? And I'll have that AI rapper battle other AI rappers. Like I said, that's my original thought right there. You feel me? So at the end of the day, don't steal my idea. If somebody come out with some AI rappers with a UR battle ring type style thing going on, right? That's my idea, people. Right? So it's the second time I'm telling y'all. That's my idea.
You're
Yeah.
excited about the potential of AI and want to show people how to use it effectively. You're also brainstorming ideas, like creating an AI rap battle platform, and you're staking your claim on that concept. You're letting everyone know that this is your original idea, and you want to protect it.
She said it best. She said it best. You know what I'm saying?
You're referencing a shared understanding or a particular point that resonates with your audience. You're confident in your message and want to emphasize its importance.
So we're gonna end the show right there, yo. Hey, say goodbye to the people.
Time to wrap up the show. You want to say goodbye to your audience and maybe leave them with something to think about or look forward to in the future.
Leave them with something to think about. What we gonna leave them with? What should they be thinking about?
Maybe think about the power of creativity and authenticity in art, or how technology like AI can be harnessed to push boundaries and explore new ideas. You could also encourage them to stay true to themselves and their passions. What's on your mind?
You know what, y'all? She said it best. Stay true to your passion. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you have to do in order to facilitate your art. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do to facilitate your art, right? And you have to gatekeep. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep the false and wickedness out of what is supposed to be pure. You know what I mean? So, yeah, y'all. I'm just saying, think about that. If you want this to last, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean?
You're emphasizing the importance of staying true to your passion and protecting your vision from negative influences. You're saying that artists need to be mindful of what they allow into their creative space and gatekeep to maintain the integrity of their work. It's about preserving the purity and authenticity of your art.
On that note, y'all, we signing off.
Crime scene. Yeah. I riggedy wreck shop. I spiggity spit that shit that make niggas Glock pop. Fuck streaming platforms. Paying artists half a penny. Fuck that. Put the beam on them. Yellow tape crime scene on them. What's a nightmare to a dream, homie? Freddy Krueger and villain apparel only. The only time I play is when I'm fucking with Sony. Doctor took my DNA. They might wanna clone me. She wanted my seed so she could own me. I got ghosts like Tony, villain master at the ceremony. Hotter than Pyrex on the stovetop. Selling dope on cell phones and laptops. Stay banging Audio Max, ain't nothing stop. Pop the trunk, we flood the whole fucking block. Shop open, I